Welcome to Ipob Rapture Media, Exposed, the shocking truth behind Supreme Court's controversial December 15th judgment revealed by Ipob. This shocking revelation further confirms the dark underbelly of the Nigerian justice system and its blatant disregard for human rights and the rule of law. It is a clear manifestation of the government's desperate attempts to suppress the voice of the indigenous people of Biafra and stifle any form of dissent. The dissenting justices deserve enormous commendation for their unwavering commitment to upholding justice and the principles on which the judicial system is built. Their refusal to be complicit in this travesty of justice highlights their integrity and moral fortitude, even in the face of immense pressure from the government. The Supreme Court, as the apex judicial body in Nigeria, holds great influence and significance in shaping the nation's legal landscape. It is supposed to be an institution that safeguards the rights of the people and ensures that justice prevails. However, with this revelation, it has become evident that there are forces within the court that are willing to compromise the principles of fairness, impartiality, and due process. It is deeply troubling that the Supreme Court could deliver a judgment that disregards international law and treaties, allowing for the unlawful treatment and persecution of individuals. This sets a dangerous precedent that could potentially put Nigerian citizens at risk, erode trust in the justice system, and damage the country's reputation on the global stage. The indigenous people of Biafra and its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have been at the forefront of advocating for the rights and self-determination of the Biafran people. Their movement seeks to address historical injustices and create a better future for their community. However, they have been met with oppressive tactics, state-sponsored violence, and now a compromised judicial system. This revelation demands that we stand in solidarity with the indigenous people of Biafra, their leader, and all those who have suffered at the hands of injustice. We must condemn the actions of those responsible for this flawed judgment and demand accountability for their blatant disregard of the law. In light of this shocking revelation, we call upon the international community, human rights organizations, and concerned citizens to closely scrutinize the actions of the Nigerian government and seek justice for the indigenous people of Biafra. It is imperative that these dissenting justices be given the protection they deserve, and that a thorough investigation be conducted into the circumstances surrounding this flawed judgment. The pursuit of justice and the preservation of human rights should always take precedence over political agendas, and it is our collective duty to ensure that the principles of fairness and impartiality are upheld within the Nigerian judicial system. The indigenous people of Biafra will not be deterred by this obstacle. They will continue to fight for their rights, their freedom, and their self-determination. The world must stand with them in their pursuit of justice and support their noble cause. Let this revelation serve as a wake-up call to all Nigerians and citizens of the world who believe in justice, fairness, and the rule of law. The time has come for us to raise our voices, reject the erosion of democracy, and demand accountability from those responsible for this gross miscarriage of justice. The dissenting justices have shown immense courage and integrity by refusing to endorse a judgment that undermines the principles of justice and the rule of law. Their actions serve as a beacon of hope for all those who value fairness and transparency in the Nigerian legal system. It is disheartening to witness how the majority judgment of the Supreme Court has disregarded the fundamental rights and liberties of individuals. By condoning the violation of international laws and treaties, this judgment sends a chilling message to the international community that Nigeria is willing to trample upon established norms and engage in unlawful practices. The indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, stands firmly with the dissenting justices and applauds their unwavering commitment to upholding justice and the principles of natural law. It is clear that these justices refused to bow down to political pressure and demonstrated a deep respect for the sanctity of the judiciary. The implications of this split decision extend far beyond the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It raises concerns about the future of fair trials, human rights, and international relations in Nigeria. The international community must take note of this troubling development and question the integrity and independence of the Nigerian judicial system. Moreover, the Supreme Court's role as the final arbiter of justice in Nigeria has been called into question. If justices are unable to reach a consensus on such crucial matters, how can citizens have faith in the impartiality and neutrality of the highest court in the land? The dissenting justices have not only refused to be complicit in a flawed judgment, but they have also safeguarded their own reputations and preserved the honor and integrity of the Supreme Court. Their refusal to be associated with a decision that condones executive lawlessness and violates international legal norms is commendable. It is high time that the judiciary in Nigeria undergoes a thorough review and reassessment. The actions of these brave dissenting justices highlight the need for structural reforms to ensure that the judiciary remains an independent and unbiased institution. The IPOB calls upon the international community, human rights organizations and legal bodies to closely scrutinize the recent judgment of the Supreme Court and the actions of the dissenting justices. We urge them to voice their concerns and exert pressure on the Nigerian government to respect the rule of law, abide by international treaties, and ensure the protection of human rights. The courage and dedication exhibited by these dissenting justices should serve as an inspiration to all those who believe in justice, fairness, and the supremacy of the rule of law. Their names may not be on the written judgment, but their legacy will forever be etched in the hearts and minds of those who strive for a just and equitable society. We stand in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the indigenous people of Biafra, and all those who have been subjected to injustice and human rights abuses. The fight for justice continues, and we will not rest until the principles of fairness, equality, and the rule of law are upheld.